So today I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my mind a lot lately. And it's this idea of, because a lot of people ask me about hypnosis and hypnotherapy. In case you guys don't know, hello, welcome. My name is Rose Stein. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist. So no, I do not go to stage shows or make people quack like ducks or control them with hoogie woogie things or any of that kind of stuff. The way that I was trained is that hypnosis is really, it's an opportunity to help people actually get out of the hypnosis that they're already in, continuing to do a behavior, whether it's an action or a thinking, because sometimes people come in for like fears and phobias and help studying, quite frankly, like anything that stress makes worse, the way that we think about things, hypnosis can help make better. And so the idea is that all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. When we intentionally pause and consider our own thoughts and actions and reactions and the process of our thinking and intentionally do something different. So even going to a hypnotherapist for a reason, that is part of the therapy, right? Like that is part of the experience of really owning and claiming the changes that you want to make. Like nobody's going to come to a hypnotherapist unless they are very clear on what it is that they want to be different. So as a hypnotherapist, it's really about me helping guide and hold space for the change that you already know what to do. I mean, you might not know exactly how to get there, but like there's not a mystery of like just like floating along the river and like you have no idea what changes you want to make. Like because there is something off in your relationship with your body and or with food, and you would like some help and some guidance around that. You would like it to be easy instead of hard for whatever reason. Food, body image, weight has just been a struggle for you. Otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? So this idea of, going to sleep and having something happen to you that you are not either wanting to happen or aware of what's happening, like that's not what hypnosis is about. It is very clear when someone sees a hypnotherapist what it is that they want to change. They haven't studied the way that the brain and the mind works in that regard. And so, of course, like seek wise counsel, right? Like, I mean, it's the same thing when I had all these digestive issues, I sought wise counsel, right? It's not that I don't know how to, feel my body and sense things, but someone who studies that can go, oh, here's the signs and the symptoms of this, try this, or try this. And, I tried a million different things. Then I actually went and got my own master's degree in health education, specializing in nutrition, because I was like, whoa, the body is wild. And, I'm a clinical certified hypnotherapist and the mind is wild. And the way in which these two interact together, it is incredibly amazing, the power that we actually have over our bodies just with our thinking. And on the same note, the power that changing my food had on my mood, my attitude, and my thinking. I was like, holy cow, it's both, because I kept trying to do one or the other, like either go in the direction of, meditation and spirituality and all of that kind of stuff, and like just be super spiritual and just love my body, which is a good thing to do. But then I was eating whatever I wanted, and there just was always like it just didn't feel right. Like I knew that there was something off, there was something wrong, there was something not quite whole in the way that I really wanted to experience life, like healthy and vibrant and alive. And then I went totally in the other direction, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna be like super clean with my food. It wasn't like I didn't do spiritual stuff, but it was like the focus was really about being extraordinarily intentional and precise with every bite of food that I was eating, which is awesome, right? Like it was awesome. In a lot of ways, it felt really good. I mean, not only was my weight like super low, which is sometimes nice for someone who has struggled with it for a long time, like have it just be a non-issue is really beautiful. But what I also realized is, oh my God, my mood, my attitude, my energy, my perception, my mood swings, my period, my hormone, like all of these other things that I didn't totally realize was related to food and the way that I was eating began to also clear up. And so having these two aspects together, where we're not like over exercising, we're not under eating, but we're not also like so high on some spiritual thing that it's like, oh, eat whatever you want. It's like, well, you actually have a human body, right? That like doesn't do very well if you're going to be having a cocktail and a cigarette and a donut for breakfast. Like, sorry, like that does not work for the human body. So like, how do we kind of, navigate and manage all of that where it is pretty like a smooth sailing? And that probably is comparatively, it is such smooth sailing. Oh my God. It is so, so nice to just not have all of those issues. So what I wanted to share with you is this idea of waking up in the body that you love. And then it being less of going to sleep in some, hypnosis way and having somebody do something to you, and really taking ownership of our mind and our body and our life and our choices. And every time that we wake up, and quite frankly, you don't have to wait for the morning time when you are asleep and then waking up. That moment where you realize that your self-talk sucks and is not conducive to building the kind of relationship with yourself and your body and food and other people that you want, that moment where you realize that's your wake up call. That's the moment where you can say, wake up, and here I am. I am aware of this automatic thinking, these automatic thoughts that just perpetuate my old self over and over and over and over and over again. And no matter what kind of changes I try and make, every time I go subconscious during my day and I go into autopilot, which don't blame ourselves for that. We need autopilot. I mean, come on, you can't learn how to drive a car every time you get in the car. That would be exhausting. There has to be a lot of things in life that just go on autopilot. However, sometimes we realize that the autopilot that we have trained ourselves into, or that, loving people that raised us, trained us into, isn't quite getting us going in the direction that we want to go either. And so again, every single time we come to that awareness, and it's like a snap of the fingers, and it's a wake-up call. It's a wake-up call to do something different. It is your opportunity to be intentional with your life. Just as when you're at sleep, you can't control your dreams, although we can probably argue that for a little while. Like, dreams are kind of fun too. But when you're sleeping, you're not like in conscious control of your dreams or your body functions. But when you wake up, you do. When you wake up, you have the power to make choices in your life. Same thing as throughout the day. Boom. Oh my God, I realize that my thinking is, I'm in lack mode. I'm either thinking, oh, and I'm lying to myself. And these are the sorts of lies where it seems really real in the moment, and they're not, they're so real and so familiar that I didn't even question them. Like, it is still sometimes comes up, and it takes a while for me to like realize and to notice. And I don't really rub up against that until it is inconsistent with the plans that I have been so intentional with making, whether it was with my water or with my, my intentions with my food, or my intentions with my behavior in my relationships. It's only then when I rub up against that do I realize that I have gone on autopilot, because always my intention is to be better, and each and every day, right? To be better to myself, to be better to the people around me, to be more connected with who I truly am, more authentic to who I truly am, not who I think you want me to be, not who other people actually do want me to be, like all that stuff, like truly to me. And there's a fine line between being selfish, it seems sometimes in my mind, and self-care. And so it is, it's an interesting experience. So when I rub up against, and that's one of the things that why I have my Rise and Shine in the morning. If you want to join me, I would love to have you. So Stein.com, you can go there, get help, join my Rise and Shine. It's only $12.99 a month, $12.99 a month. We meet every morning, Monday through Friday, 6:30 in the morning, and we do some journaling, we do some movement, we do some meditation. It is like the most beautiful 15 minutes to set you off on the right foot every single day, well, 5 days a week, weekdays. And every morning I set intentions. That's one of the things that we do together. And one of my intentions is to have fun. It is to eat 3 balanced meals, because I know that's how my body loves the best. And so when I'm setting my intentions for my food and for my actions, and I do not live up to them, those are the moments when there is that inconsistency. And for a long time, I was so angry at myself for when I wasn't perfect. I mean, I know like logically we take a step back and go, don't do that. But like in the moment, it's like, oh, I'm really trying to make a change and I keep going backwards. So there was this like negativity around it. And over time, with the consistency of just continuing to do it and continuing to do it and continuing to do it, what I'm realizing is like, oh, that's just me rubbing up against those old patterns and those old thoughts. That is my opportunity to wake up, to rise and shine to the possibilities that are endless for me, the opportunities that I have in my life to really shine the way I was designed to. Not anybody else. Only Rose can shine the way that Rose is supposed to shine. Only you can shine the way that you are supposed to shine. You are a divine, beautiful, wonderful human being. You are meant to be here. We are meant to see you and hear you, and you are meant to take up exactly the amount of space that you're taking up right now. And I'm so glad that you are here. So that is my little tidbit for today about this idea, and you're going to be hearing a lot more of this from me, the rise and shine in the morning, and then waking up. Wake up in the body that you love. And it is a choice every single day, every moment that crosses your mind of like, well, that's not true, or how is it going to be? Or, I'll deal with it later, or just this little bit doesn't matter. Those little lies, right? Those little lies that we tell ourselves just to stay in that old habit, that old thinking of like, oh, tomorrow will be different. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Oh, God bless. So every time that we notice that, boom, wake up, make a choice to do something different. All right. That's fine. My power lesson for today, ladies. I hope that you are doing well. You are wonderful, lovely, beautiful, wanted, needed, and appreciated. And I'm so glad that you are alive. All right. I will see you next time.